Good morning, everyone. May I continue here in the laws of KASHRUS of Rabbi Yamin Forst, dealing with the types of kalim, the vessels that require Tevilah, immersion in the mikveh, when they are coming either from a Jew or a not Jew. If you have a vessel, you have a utensil, you're not sure, was it made in a Jewish factory? Or maybe it was made in a non-Jewish factory. You have to put it into the mikveh, but because you're not sure, you do it without a bracha, without a blessing. Even if the majority of all the factories that are producing vessels and utensils are owned by Jews, but since that there is very possible the one that you bought is by the not Jewish owner, you still put it into the mikveh, but without a bracha. Even when it comes to glass, although that the halacha over there is only rabbinical that it deserves tevilah, you should still be machmir, strict on yourself, and you should bring it to the mikveh. But of course, once again, as we're saying over here, without a bracha. Now, if you got a utensil that comes from a country that is, or a city that is completely filled with non-Jews, Japan, or China, you're not going to find too many Jewish factory owners in Japan or China. In that case, for sure, you know that it needs tevilah, immersion in the mikveh with a bracha, and you make it then. So too, if you have a utensil that comes from a country or a state, a city that is majority is goyim, even though that there are a few maybe Jewish factories, nevertheless you would still make a bracha on the immersion there, because you can assume 98% of whatever it is that you're purchasing is from the non-Jewish factories, and therefore you have to make a bracha. This suffix, this doubt that arises, is if the wholesaler, the wholesaler, like we said yesterday, the broker who's bringing the utensils from the factory to the store owner is a Jew, or the owner of the store is a Jew. But that's when we would say we're not sure, and therefore you do it without a bracha. But if one of them, which means the factory is a non-Jew, the store owner is a non-Jew, the what do you call it, or the broker is a non-Jew, then then of course you'd have to be toivel, you have to bring it to the mikveh with a bracha, as we said above. So it is a little bit complicated, but in general, if you're living here in America or anywhere else in Chutz La'aretz, there's most likely, unless it says on the box that it doesn't require tevilah, because then it's really a Jewish company, most likely whatever vessels you are purchasing, again, unless you bought it from Eretz Yisrael or something like that, it's going to require immersion in a mikveh with a bracha. That is the prevailing minhag in America and Chutz La'aretz, because we're assuming that the majority of all the factories that are producing the vessels, either you're buying it from here in America by a non-Jewish factory, or they're importing it from China or Japan or France or some other place, Italy, where they're making these things. And those are certainly also places where the majority plus is not Jewish, and therefore you have a real reason to be toivel in the mikveh with a bracha. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful Yom Tov.